Hey everybody, it's Seth Jones, editor-in-chief of Golfdom magazine. Today I'm being joined by my friends at BASF. I've got Brian Thompson and Mark Semm on the line with me today. Guys, thanks for taking the time. How are you today?
Doing great, Seth. Happy to help. This is going to be fun. This is going to be nice to talk a little bit about the GIS, although a little bit different this year. So good to see your face and have some sense of normalcy here.
For sure.
Yeah, thanks definitely for having us. It'd be good to reminisce a little bit of the former days of GIS. So as we enter the virtual world this year.
Exactly. So to give background in the magazine, what I'm going to do is we're going to have a story where we're going to kind of have our own make-believe GIS in person. And I told my writers, we're going to call our contacts and just kind of act like we were walking into their booth and tell that story to our readers and see what happens. So to get started, I came to you guys' booth last year and I remember hanging out, but what would a 2021 Las Vegas GIS booth look like, and what would you guys have been celebrating this year in terms of what BASF is doing?
Well, hopefully, Seth, you'd be walking into a really packed booth because we got a lot of exciting things to share. Obviously, coming off our launch last year with Maxtima and Navicon that have performed really, really well in their young tenure in the market, but also we're pretty excited to talk about some new innovations that we've got in the pipeline. We'll be touching on 4 new products that we hope to launch in 2021. So hopefully a really upbeat, enthusiastic, and positive vibe would be some key elements in a real GIS 2021.
Let's go back to your guys' launches that you had. What was 2020 was an unusual year. I don't know how much you guys were able to get out face to face with folks, but what are some of the things that you heard from some of your end users about what they were seeing with Maxtima and Navicon?
Well, a lot of positive results, Seth, and we certainly miss being face to face and hearing how our customers were able to utilize these new technologies in their programs, but also it's interesting from a industry perspective to take a new product from its early stages and through the launch process and finally get it in the hands of the superintendent and see their success. That's where it really all culminates. And, it's a little sweeter when you can hear the success stories face to face versus just through email and Zoom. So, we relish the opportunity to get in front of customers and hear how they've been taking those new innovations and putting them to use and hopefully making their jobs a little bit easier.
Some of the things, with Maxtima, being at a DMI and being at that you really can spray it at any time on any turf without any regulation or that thought in the back of your head has been, I think, eye-opening to a lot of guys. And we've all been around the industry. There's been safe DMIs that maybe weren't as safe as what people thought, but this is truly one that you can use at any time. And the control on dollar spot, resistant dollar spot, types has been great. Spring dead spot. I mean, it's just short of a Swiss Army knife for a lot of things.
So how are you guys at BASF going to approach 2021? Have you discussed how you're going to communicate and you got some new innovations coming out, I understand, and what can Golfdom readers expect to stay in touch with you guys?
Well, first and foremost is, standing by the sides of our customer, our channel partners, and our end-use customers on providing good technologies with great service, and that just carries on into having programs and products that make our customers' lives easier. And we wish to continue that with 4 new technologies, an insecticide, 2 fungicides, and also a formulation enhancement to a herbicide that is all falls under this umbrella to give our customers more tools readily available from BASF to help them ultimately do their jobs more efficiently. And we know that ability to do their job more efficiently is becoming more and more important. Obviously, it's a good news, bad news type of scenario with a lot of increase in play, but at the same time, it makes the life of the superintendent a little more difficult to make sure that the products they use are reliable, perform at great levels, and superintendents are finding themselves in a situation where they can't spend as much time doing the things they'd like to on a golf course because play volume is up. So we're hoping that we can bring some new tools to the table that will help them leverage some increased efficiency.
Okay, great. Last question. Let's have a little fun, and I'll put you both on the spot, but I'll go first to give you a second to ponder it. What's one thing? First, do you love Vegas? Like Vegas? Not what's your take on Las Vegas as a place to go do the show? And what's one thing you can guarantee me would have happened? You would have made sure you did, or whatnot. And I'll tell you that what I would have done if we would have been there, I would have been too busy running from place to place to ever actually go to gamble anywhere. Except I promise you, I would have gone and made a couple of bets on Masters 2021, and I think I would go back to Tommy Fleetwood. I think I would. I feel like Tommy's going to break through at some point. So that's one thing I would have done. How about you, Mark? What's one thing you can give me?
Yeah, I'd pick out as many shows as I go to. I've only been to Vegas 3 times total. I'm not. I don't get like ooh and odd and like overly excited about going to Vegas, but I'd definitely go pick out some shows. If I could, I'd head back up to, I take that back. Last February, I was fortunate enough to go play Shadow Creek. We took some customers out there. So I'd have to go back, hit as many shows as I could, and go back to Shadow Creek for sure.
That's hard to beat. All right, BT, you're on the spot.
Man, Shadow Creek, that's good living. Never been there. But I would say from my perspective, Las Vegas is not at the top of the list in terms of, places that I would say, man, I really, really want to go. It's great for the first 12 hours. But I would say in light of everything that we've been through in 2020 and, the ban on travel and not seeing customers and people and socializing, Las Vegas would be like it's go big or go home, I mean, plenty of things to see. And I think I would just be thankful to be able to get out and enjoy, obviously, the great industry we all serve, but old connections, old friends. And what I would really want to do is I would want to play some golf. Shadow Creek would be awesome. But I enjoy desert golf. I mean, I think, you being out on the East Coast and here in Raleigh, you don't see desert golf very often. And, it's a unique experience that I think I enjoy it. So, I would definitely want to take the sticks out there and find some customers and go out and play some desert golf at anywhere. Shadow Creek would be awesome.
Well, fellas, I appreciate you taking the time and chatting with me today. And it, like you said, Brian, it's good to see faces and catch up and even just different from a phone call too. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in person again too. And thanks for letting Golfdom come into the booth. Would there have been a golden tee or something like that in there, you think, that we would have been able to jump on?
You know what, the golden tee was great last GIS. I was a big proponent for that, and hopefully so. Yeah, I think we'll have to try to ensure we get one in 2022. So yeah, that's a good catch, Seth.
Okay, well, I'll see you guys on the golden tee on 2022, if not sooner. Okay.
Sounds great. Thanks, Seth.
Absolutely. Everybody, this is Brian.
Thanks,
Thompson,
Seth.
Mark, Semm. Don't hang up, guys. I want to say goodbye, but for the sake of this video, everybody, thanks for watching us here on Golfdom TV.